Perhaps once or twice in your career, a new idea comes along that fundamentally changes the way that people work in organizations. The use of social capital to deliver real business results is just such an idea. Until very recently, the value of humans in organizations has been measured by a very traditional set of criteria. Such things as qualifications, competencies, experience, training, and so on. And above all, each individual's value to the organization has been based largely on where they sit in the formal hierarchy. But if we're being honest, we all know that many problems remain in even the best run organizations that use this traditional model. Most big change programs are disappointing, leadership quality is highly variable, and employee engagement is frankly hit and miss. Something very important is missing, and the key missing ingredient is social capital. Social capital may sound obscure, but it's really very simple. In fact, it's common sense. People work with others in the work environment, they communicate, they influence, they collaborate, they sometimes innovate, and so on. Putting it simply, people form informal networks as they work. These informal networks are the building blocks of social capital. By using carefully designed surveys and network analysis software, the first thing we do is normally to measure and map your social capital in two ways. First of all, by group and intergroup networks, where we identify interesting patterns across, for example, innovation networks, collaborative networks, knowledge sharing networks, and so on. Sometimes these group networks are linked together and are very effective, but mostly they are fragmented and very suboptimal. We also analyze key individual networks, particularly influence networks, where the key individuals who are likely to be very effective in change or innovation teams, and some of whom could be candidates for promotion in a very different approach to succession planning that will range right from the bottom to the top across your organization. We then work with you and your colleagues to optimize your social capital. For example, relevant innovation networks will be linked together by bringing key people from each network to work on specific ideas and problems. And similarly, we can guide you and your colleagues as knowledge sharing networks are expanded and as decision making networks are streamlined. Key innovative influencers who have never worked on change teams before, and that's typically the majority experience, will be given a new lease of life, and we find the success rates are doubling or even trebling in some cases. And as parallel as this is all happening, we find that leadership increasingly is being realized through networks across the organization, not just through the formal hierarchy. But the benefits that I've mentioned so far are really just the tip of the iceberg. Every aspect of change that impacts on people across your organization can be significantly improved by a much improved understanding of this social capital. Everything from organizational transformation through collaboration across organizational boundaries to culture change can be transformed. The bottom line benefits are massive, but the really interesting outcome is that employee engagement and morale are almost universally significantly increased at the same time, and by a significant degree. And so if the idea of using social capital to achieve real practical business results appeals to you, please give us a call.